Hello, tenors. My name is Jeff Rolka. I want to thank you for checking out this somewhat more unusual video that I have for you today. The Tenor Superpower. I want to talk about your superpowers as a tenor. I think you might be surprised at what I'm going to suggest to you. Now, admittedly, this is just my opinion and what I've observed, so take it with a grain of salt. Consider it as grist for the mill if you're a songwriter, or if you happen to sing a lot of cover tunes, how you might choose to pitch them. In other words, adjust the keys so that this particular affectation that I feel is perhaps not unique, but perhaps more easier to accomplish. Actually, you know what? It is unique to the tenor voice because of the tessitura that it's in. And let me demonstrate. Before I do, though, thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, I hope that you'll choose to do so now. And do ring that bell, because when you ring the bell, it'll ding-a-ling-a-ling when the new warm-ups come out, which is just about every week. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Right, so tenors, what's your superpower? Super high notes with massive power? That's nice. That's true. That's true. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Yeah. But I'm going to suggest to you that it's actually the range that's immediately below it, right up to the area of our secondo passaggio. Every other Fock, you think about the baritones, their secondo passaggios typically fall between D and E4. The soprano Fock has its primo passaggio, which can be kind of tricky for the soprano voice, right at E flat 4. The mezzos are at F4. The altos are perhaps more similar than the other Focks in the function, but they're still not going to have the kind of flexibility that we have in this range from about G3 to around F sharp 4. This is slightly elevated as compared to the average speaking voice, so it's a little bit higher up the musical scale than you would typically hear probably more of male vocalist, a male person speak. So it has a certain affectation of excitement and engagement and directness. However, because it's right below our secondo passaggios, it offers us an awful lot of flexibility as to how we use it. Most of your popular music you will find hovers in and around this range, and then will pop over our secondo passaggios from time to time when it wants to make an emphatic statement of some kind. But by flexibility, what I mean is we can really choose how we're going to sing through this range depending on the vibe of the song and what we want to convey to our listeners. And this is a tremendous expressive tool. So what do I mean? If I look at our voices, perhaps the more appropriate word is listen to. We have a lot of choices here. Now this is A major. And if I'm singing a sweet little ballad, I might bring more of that upper register headiness down a little bit to have that lovely sottovoce come closer to me kind of affectation. But if it should turn to a different direction, I can be very direct. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle. Maybe I'm kind of hovering. Or maybe it's all falling apart. You're going to use a lot of air if you abduct or separate the vocal fold, but we can still do it, and we can do it in a lot of different ways. And I think that is our superpower, is the ability to sculpt this particular range of the human vocal experience into so many different expressive tools. And it's always right there in that place that's a little bit higher than the male vocal, but it's in the vicinity of a lot of the female vocal parts. It sounds very direct when we then skip over the secondo passaggio if we need to, but we have ultimate flexibility in this range to do so many different things. And that, I would suggest, is our superpower. But I'd love to hear from you. Tell me what you think. Leave something in the comments or find me on Twitter. I'd be curious to hear what you think the tenor vocalist's superpower is. Thank you so much for watching. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.